Hey guys, it's Kate from Cater. It is Sunday, October 22nd, and I'm just sitting here relaxing after doing my chores this morning, chilling out. Here's a little tour of the inside of the house. Just since last year, my new fireplace. It's really nice in here. A lot of stained glass. It's really comfortable and cozy. I like this place. So, I'm gonna shoot this video this morning and we'll see if I end up posting it or not. But I've been watching some videos on YouTube about living alone, you know, the benefits and the dangers or whatever, just different people's perspectives. And there are a lot of people out there. There's a lot of videos about, you know, people who don't have a lot of friends or are just kind of forging on their own. And when I find myself watching videos or looking up certain content, I'm typically compelled to contribute to the conversation because I know that if I'm looking for it, then there's other people like me out there looking for content. So again, I'll contribute to the conversation. It reminds me a little bit of when my cat Bella died and I was looking for videos on, you know, letting your animal die naturally at home. And there wasn't a lot of content on it. And so that's why I shot the videos that I shot at that time. Now that I'm living here in the country, kind of set myself up to have this peaceful chapter of my life. I talked in a previous video about how really at this point, the remaining savings that I have, I am really using to buy time. I'm, you know, trying to keep my cost of living low. Funny because I'm 52 years old and I've never had a budget for my household. Being a single mom and working all this time, I usually don't like budgets. I find them tedious. I'm a bit more of a big movement kind of person. I don't like spreadsheets and numbers, and kind of flew by the seat of my pants. And it's always worked for me. So, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But watching some videos about retirement and managing things actually inspired me to, hey, why not just lay out a budget of my expenses and kind of see where I'm landing with the income I still have coming in and the money that's going out. So I was working on that, and that's just kind of where I'm at. I've made it pretty clear in my videos that I don't leave my property if I don't have to. I can easily go a week and not leave. There's a lot to do around here. I have all of these beautiful animals kicking around. I'm sitting here with 2 cats and a dog. I've got another dog in the next room, another cat walking around here somewhere, over by the door trying to get out. The fleas the ticks rather, are really bad right now. And my one white cat is just covered in them. I just picked one off him right now, and I just want him to kind of heal up from all of the little bites before I let them back out. This is day 3 that I've had the cats inside, but I digress. So yeah, I don't go into town unless I have to. I'm really stocked up. You know, my freezer is stocked up, my pantry is stocked up. I've got lots of dry goods, canned goods, frozen food. I do need fresh things on occasion. My egg supply is diminishing because we're coming into the colder weather. So, but for the most part, not more than once a week. So I'm loving it. I just love it. It's so calm and peaceful. And I read a quote the other day: if you're not happy alone, then you're in poor company, which was kind of funny. At the same time, I fully recognize the importance of social interaction in our lives, just being healthy people. I live here with my son, so although, I say I'm alone, I do have that interaction, although he's a teenager and spends most of his time in his room. When he's not at school, he likes to be online playing his games, and we have nice exchanges when we see each other, but for the most part, we just kind of cohabitate. My other kid lives on their own in the city, so and I sometimes imagine what it'll be like when Seth is grown and gone, and although there will be a lot of differences, at the same time, I don't feel like I'm going to be an empty nester. I will say that I'm not becoming socially inept, or I'm not developing any social anxiety spending time alone. Yesterday, I was browsing Facebook and I found really close to me a lady who was giving away some plants, and it was 15 minutes away, so I actually drove in and picked up some plants in my local town, had a really nice conversation with the lady. I was there probably 15 minutes. I ran some errands, chatted with the cashiers and things, and I'm not struggling in that way. I don't find that my solitude is impacting my ability to socialize. I'm just really choosing to limit it as much as possible. And so I suppose this story time, I just kind of wanted to interject into the conversation, maybe for anyone who's looking for insight into spending time alone. Again, being cognizant of the potential dangers of it, and also of the benefits of it. And again, the calm, the peace. As I move through my day, things are very slow. And I recognize with every task that I have to do that every task takes time, and I don't want to rush. So I just take my time and move through it. This morning I was out because it's raining. So when I went to feed the barn animals, I noticed I still had some leaks in my feed barn. So I grabbed some tarps and a staple gun and started going in and trying to patch it up some more. I'm going to walk out there shortly and take a look. It had kind of petered off and I was patching it, so I'll go out once it starts raining a bit heavier again and just check my repair. But yeah, I move slowly through my days. I handle tasks one at a time. My anxiety's really low. Again, when my neighbors do stop by, I had my neighbor come by yesterday just randomly, brought me a squash, and she came in and had a drink, and we hung out, and it was lovely. And I have a girlfriend coming this week. She gets here on Wednesday. I'm going into the city next weekend to take my kids to a movie. We're going to stay at a hotel, and I'm looking forward to that. It'll be the first time that I've been away from the property overnight since I moved here. So my girlfriend's coming out to just hold down the fort, and I'm looking forward to having her here. At the same time, I'm already appreciating that my routine is going to change, and it's going to be a little busier. And when there's people around, the animals are a bit more hyper, just everything kind of shifts. Even having workers here in the house with the fireplace repair and all the repairs, the animals just get different. It's just a different vibe when it's just myself and them. It's really quiet. I'm literally sitting here in a house with 7 cats and 2 dogs, and it's pretty peaceful. So throw a wrench into that and things just change, and change is okay. But I do really like this homeostasis. And so, while I keep questioning if I'm being harmful to myself by doing this in any way, the answer right now is no. And I'm fairly certain there will come a time when I will look forward to getting a part-time job and just being out of the house and interacting on a different level. Hopefully it'll be something I really love. I'd really like to do farm work. I had applied to a position at a mushroom farm recently, although they weren't hiring anyone. Again, this is my cat that's covered in ticks. But I sent my resume and, you know, told them to keep it on file if something comes up. I also recently found an aquaponics farm in the area, and so I had reached out to them just to let them know that I have a couple of years experience doing that if they ever need a hand. So who knows, a year from now, I might, you know, find myself in an environment that I really dig, doing something groovy and interacting more with people. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm enjoying being alone. And I think it's a really healthy chapter of my life. And yeah, I'm just enjoying every minute of it. And also with the perspective that everything changes, so I'm sure probably won't always be like this. So that's my little story time from today, a little mini view of the inside of the house and the vibe. So, and there's my son getting up. So until next time, happy, healthy living. I'm Kate from Cater. I'll see you later.